Are we doomed? Are we just doomed? Is this what life is now? Are we just absolutely doomed? Where do you even begin? I know. Let's begin with the referee's whistle in both halves, because that was the worst part for us, wasn't it? Kick off. 90 seconds, 1-0 down. Fuck's sake. We get back on level pegging. Okay. All is not lost. Let's push on. Concede again. Jesus. If I could forgive the first one, and after the Arsenal game, I don't want to. Do you know what I mean? I almost want to be like, lads, they did know one thing. Hey, let's not be like complete tosspots on set pieces today. No. Did we not think that? No. Okay, cool. Right. Okay, fine. So then we went, right, all right. Even if I could forgive that one, and I don't want to, but even if I forgive that particular goal, 90 seconds in, the second one is an absolute shambles. And I'm already seeing absolute pelters for Onana. And he should have saved it, right? That doesn't undo all of the good he's had all season, though. You go, should he have saved it? Yes, he should. But he didn't. It does take, it has that sort of wobble in it when someone's absolutely smacked it. And it gets the arc going the wrong way. He's misjudged it. He's gone in. He actually didn't make a single save today. That one would have been a real nice one just to have as the only one that you saved, because I think that might have been where the game swung, because after the goal, United played well. We played good football. I think to a certain greater or lesser degree, Forest sat back and maybe allowed that a little bit. I think we had 72% possession, something like that. We ended up with 17 shots. Some real big chances, a hatful of big chances. Didn't quite finish those chances, obviously. That's been the issue the entire season. 17 shots. You would like 3 or 4 goals out of 17 shots, really. Just on pure averages. Between 3 and 4, somewhere like that. You get a little bit lucky like you did against Everton. You know, you might end up with 4. If you don't, you might end up with 3. Probably should have come away with a point on the basis of that. But defending the goal like knobs. So, second one, ridiculous. Should he saved it? Yeah, not going to crucify him over it, but he should have saved it. Top and bottom of it, he absolutely should have saved it, and he's going to be devoted when he looks back at that and goes, yep, should have saved that. Everyone's right. People are going like, told you we should have never got rid of Gea. How about Borov? You're fucking boring. And then the third one, combination of Martinez, combination of Onana, neither of them taking responsibility for it, and just can we just fucking clear that ball, please? Instead of just watching it nestle itself into the fucking corner of the goal. Kills your enthusiasm, doesn't it, for watching a game? Like, you think, okay, Arsenal game, a little bit of a blip, get back on the horse, get 3 points up here, because actually United were pretty close to the top 4 race. It just feels like it's running away from us, and it can't even enjoy fucking laughing at City dropping more points today, because we dropped even more points than they did today. Bastards. Who do I talk about here? Who do we talk about here? Team selection. It was all right, I guess. In the preview, I sort of looked at some of the options. Thought Ugarte, Mainu was a likely option in midfield. Felt like he was going to go with Casemiro. Obviously, he didn't do that. I thought Ugarte and Mainu was all right. I thought they were good on the ball. They were good off the ball, by and large. I don't understand the continual selection of Garnacho, to be honest. But it is what it is. Rashford's not exactly deserving of a start ahead of him. Xerxes not really demanding of a start ahead of him. I just think neither's Garnacho. So I don't know. You have to make a decision there, and it's one of the decisions that you want to make. Dropping Mazraoui. I guess he wanted to see a bit more progression from Euro, and we did talk about, in terms of his fitness, we did talk about that in the preview where we said, I think there's decisions to be made here. One was Rashford or Højlund. Not a lot in between them, at the moment at least. One was Ugarte, Casemiro, or Menu. How them two of those three were going to play. And then the other one was, does Lenny Yoro play? I thought it was a possibility when you look at the effect that Nottingham Forest have and the ability that they have on the counter. So not really a surprise to see Yoro. A little bit, it was on the more unexpected than it was expected. But it was more of a surprise that actually he dropped Mazraoui, who I think has been flawless. Now, dropping Mazraoui, could he have maybe dropped Delo? Did he drop Mazraoui thinking, I'll bring Mazraoui on with 30 minutes to go after Yoro's had an hour? I've never seen a manager rotate his centre-halves like this. Even with subs, just subbing centre-halves, I'm not necessarily against it. He's obviously trying to look at his options here, but I'm just making a statement. I've never seen a manager make so many centre-half substitutions as we're seeing here with Amorim. When you look at what the rest of the week is looking like now, you've got Victoria Pilsen on Thursday, tea time kickoff away, and then Manchester Derby at home at weekend. How do we look for that? How do you call that game? How do you think United are going to do in that against City? I don't know. I think they'll be more open than Forest were. Obviously, when Forest got their noses in front, it took away the incentive for them to push and try and score more goals. I think Manchester City won't do that. But they're also vulnerable, clearly. And not picking up a lot of points. Should United go there with a bit of confidence? It's hard to say that they can go there with confidence. Just lost at home to Forest. Football math don't work like that. But it doesn't feel like we can go there with confidence. You know what I mean? There's so much work to do. You would think City aren't going to be as punishing on set pieces. But watch that be ironic. We get done on set plays by them. Hey, listen, if you've made it this far, nice one. Do us a favour, like and subscribe. And if you want to consider supporting the channel, then I do have a Patreon. Now, I've not posted any content on there for a couple of weeks because we've had a regular podcast on there. For those who go, oh, what happened to Ben and the Thursday Club? It's on Patreon. And it will continue on Patreon. We have another set of plans for it. It's changing in terms of what the offering is on there. But it's been a great little community that's really helped support my channel through some mad times. Obviously through COVID and all that, I wouldn't have had a channel without it. But I'm changing what the content looks like on there. There's going to be more vlogs on there. At a minute, like people are asking, like, what's the training program that I've been doing? It's on my highlights on my story. If you on my Instagram, if you want to go and check that out. The Patreon's got some ideas for content that I've been sitting on and waiting on. And I wanted to talk about this after a win, to be honest. Don't feel as good chatting about it after a fucking loss. But the bottom line is, there's going to be some vlogs going on there. I've got a new vlogging camera. I thought I had it in here actually, but it's not. It's and it's wicked. I've been messing about with it. You've probably seen some of the stuff that I've been doing on Instagram, some reels and stuff like that. So there's going to be some vlogs that go on there. Loads of behind the scenes stuff about all the different shoots and courses and things like that I'm doing as part of the IRL channel. But there's a little video series that I've been really looking forward to doing, and I've got 5 planned so far. Which I'm not going to reveal. I'm going to save that. But basically what I'm doing is I'm watching iconic matches back, full matches, and then sort of reacting to them. About different different vibe, different energy to like a live watch along of a game that I don't know the result of. And the first 5 that I've picked, they're all different eras of Manchester United and all different eras, and they all mean something different to me. If we can get the numbers up on Patreon, I will bring in guests and I will try to bring in players that played in those games to sit and watch the game with me, and we'll chat and talk about those games. And because I can put it on Patreon, I can show you the game and put me in the corner and, you know, flip it and make a good edit out of it. Probably make a 10, 12, 15-minute edit out of each of these sort of iconic games that we're going to watch. We could talk about the music of the time. We could talk about the fashion, the culture, the kits, some of the players' memories of watching that different team. And I just think it's a groovy little idea and something that we can exist that's purely on Patreon. So if you're interested, it's like £4 a month, something like that, the Patreon. It's £5 or less. And it helps support the channel. And there's the podcast with me and Ben. There's going to be these iconic matches. And I've got 5 at the moment, but I would be interested to know which games you guys would like. I reckon you can probably guess, I would say at least 3 of the games that I think you're going to enjoy, that I've already written down. I reckon you can guess 3 of them straight off the bat. A couple of them might be a bit more obscure, mean more to me than like I would say the average United fan for personal reasons. But I'd be interested to know if you like the idea, for one, whether you're a patron or not, but also what games would you want to watch, and would you watch non-United games? Would you like what England-Brazil 2002, something like that? Let's have a look at R9, try to toast Rio. Maybe he could be a guest for one of those. That might be an idea, actually. But that's something I'm thinking of doing. So if you're interested in that, you want to support the channel, you want to see the podcast with me and Ben, you want to do a bit of the behind the scenes, and we'll talk a little bit more about like the fitness and weight loss journey that I'm on as well, and some of the things that I'm planning next year. Hyroxes, Tough Mudders, Ultras, fucking triathlons, all that sort of shit I'm going to talk about on there. So if that's your jam, sweet. If it's not your jam, sweet. Keep it fucking moving. But that's what I'm going to do. If you're interested, sound. There's a link in the description. If you're not, sound. Let's see if we can get a fucking win on Thursday, eh? Laters.